Advantages of Digital Marketing with Larry Stopa. Larry has followed the evolution of search engines since establishing ePower Marketing in 1998. He has guided the agency to grow its digital marketing services as the Internet has blossomed in often unexpected ways. Always fascinated with technology, Larry has spent his entire career involved in marketing communications, mainly working with technology companies. He's been involved across the gamut of marketing communications practices, advertising, direct marketing, public relations, and technical training. His love of technology and communications drew him to the Internet, where he became involved with online marketing in 1995. He's also been working with IHA for a number of years. Won't you please welcome Larry Stopa?
Well, thank you, Perry. I appreciate that warm introduction, and appreciate all of you out there. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And we're going to be talking about how digital marketing can benefit your housewares business. So what is digital marketing? Digital marketing is simply using the Internet to promote your product, your brand, and there's many different ways to do that. We're seeing a rapid growth in resources being put towards digital marketing because it's very effective. The audiences have moved from traditional media like newspapers and print and radio, and now they're on the Internet and a myriad of websites and different ways of communicating using the Internet. And so there are all these different ways that you can use the Internet to implement your digital marketing. And so we're going to talk about each of these areas, and there's many more channels and strategies that you could use that we're not going to be able to get into. But these are some of the main players that will really help you with your housewares business. So Perry talked a bit about me, and I did start ePower Marketing in 1998, about 3 months before Google premiered. I've been working with the International Housewares Association since 2000. I'm proud to say there's some very good search visibility for housewares.org. We strive to maintain current, cost-effective, results-oriented digital marketing, and that's quite a challenge because things are always changing. And we look at each of our clients in a unique way because they do have unique resources. Their website has certain characteristics, certain popularities, and who they're marketing to and how they're marketing. All this needs to be taken into consideration. But we're always looking at our clients' goals. That's what it's about. And I'm really proud of my team because they really love doing this. Now with housewares, you do have to be looking at digital marketing. You're seeing consumers using the Internet for both researching products and brands as well as doing the actual purchase. And the most influential channels are Google and Amazon. And I know that many of you would use Amazon and consider it a double-edged sword, but you know, there's ways in which you can work without Amazon. We'll talk about a bit. Still, there's some relatively traditional traditional marketing ways that are still impacting consumers, but really the Internet has really taken over the mind share of your buyers. So this means that if you're going to be competitive, you've got to be doing digital marketing effectively because that is where your target audience is. And it can be very effective if you know how to do it to be driving sales to your online store or your traditional retail storefronts. It can work both ways, and so you just need to understand how different tools can help you there. And there's very good measurement tools for all your digital marketing activities so you can see what kind of results you're getting and how to improve those results. So to be successful, you've got to understand what works. And what consumers really love are deals. They like coupons. They like to get the best price. And with the Internet, it's very easy to distribute promotions and also for the consumer to do some price shopping. So you've got to keep all of that in mind when you're out there marketing. And so look at all these different pieces that you can engage in so that you can bring those buyers in, and you can, there's quite a number of buyers. About 20% of housewares buyers are buying online. And so Do you have a storefront or an online store? Are you working with an Amazon or eBay or one of these other online retailers? It's certainly a very important sales channel today. And so you need to know what's going on here to tie them all together. So it starts with a strong website. You have total control of your website. You should have a content management system which would allow you to revise web pages, to add web pages, to take off web pages, because your business is an organic entity. It's always changing. Your marketing details are changing, your tactics, and so your website needs to keep up with that. You shouldn't look at it as something that you just set up and walk away from. And you want your website to have thorough information, because when buyers visit your website, they're going to be looking for information. They're going to want to find out about your brand, who you are, what makes you unique, what is it about your products. And so you want to be able to tell your entire story, and a website allows that. I mean, sure, a lot of people don't like to read, but if you structure your content properly, you can easily provide that top-line information for those who just want to know what products do you offer, how much is it going to cost, whatever this very top-line information is. But then there are those other buyers who are doing research. They want to know every little detail. Well, with the flexibility of HTML, you can provide that. And you want to be going beyond just selling. You want to be providing information that's of value to your buyers. Maybe more information on how to better use your products, how to use them in combination with other products, maybe appeal to their lifestyles. What is the personas of your buyers? Think about that and provide content that appeals to that persona. You're going to want professional search engine optimization, because it can make a big difference in the success of your website. And if you're selling online, make sure that it's easy to use. Go ahead and use your shopping cart and see how hard it is to buy your products, or if there's any glitches in there, in which case you want to address it, of course. With web analytics, you could set up a funnel of people going through your shopping cart, and you could see where people are dropping off. If there's too many people dropping off at a certain step, you want to troubleshoot that. And so this analytics, where you're using a funnel to chart how your buyers are going through a shopping cart, is invaluable for helping you create sales. I mean, they're already into your shopping cart. If they don't complete it, that's a lot of revenue being lost. You want a very visually exciting website. Video is great. I mean, it's a hot medium, and it's incredible how the internet is very effective at being able to stream video and do it without glitching out. And so do take advantage of that. And so that the video does stream well, you want to use one of the big video providers like YouTube or Vimeo. You can have your website resident on those channels and still be able to feature your website on your or feature your video on your website by connecting to the link over on YouTube or video or Vimeo. Excuse me. Ultimately, your website is about creating business results, and so you have to ask for the sale. And so whether that, maybe it's just asking to be contacted or to literally create a product sale, you want to make it easy for your visitors and make it easy for them to see how to buy. I mean, there's some sites where you don't see what you need to click on to make a purchase. So have multiple calls to action and make it so that it's easy to be noticed as you're browsing on all this content that could be on a web page. Have the call to action say at the top of the page, in the middle of the page after people scroll down, and at the end of the page. There's no problem with having these multiple calls to action, because that's what you want to happen. And then tell people what they want to know. What's your shipping policy? What's your return policy? Who has to pay for shipping? Who are you? Where are you physically located? How can I talk to someone in customer service? Having that physical location noted on your website is going to build trust in your potential buyers. They want to know that you're a real substantial company because, as you know, the internet has a lot of smoke and mirrors out there. Anyone could just set up a website and start taking credit card information. They want to know who you are and where to find you. They're not going to be coming down knocking on your door. Having that physical address really creates a great deal of comfort and trust. And this,
hey, Larry?
Yes?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you seem to be fading in and out.
Oh.
I'm wondering if your microphone, maybe if you're moving your head or if it's...
I am moving my head, Jenny. I'm real animated here. I'll try to...
It seems like you get real low and then it comes back to normal, and I'm wondering if there's an issue with your headset.
I just moved my microphone. Let's see if this is better.
Okay.
As I said
Go
earlier...
ahead, and if I don't break in again and let you know, then it should be fine. Great,
Jenny. Thank you. You do want to keep working on your website. It should be a growing entity. So search engine optimization can be a very powerful means to drive your buyers to your website. And if you do SEO well, you can outperform your competitors because there's a lot of weak and ineffective SEO out there. And with the whole nature of search engine marketing, where people do a search, they are showing interest in a particular topic, product, whatever, and then by you having content where you are relevant to that particular search, you take care of all these little details for effective SEO, you'll appear up on the top of Google or Bing and bring these motivated buyers to your website. Now, SEO is very powerful, but it does take time to be effective. If you have some search visibility, it's a lot easier to build some real strong search visibility. But if you have no search visibility or this is a new domain, you've got a lot of work to do, and it's going to take you many months to really get strong organic search visibility, and you should look that you're going to have to make a commitment to putting out a lot of informative content to earn your search visibility. Google is very clear about that they just don't give search visibility. You have to earn it, and to earn it is to really engage your audience with content, and there's a lot of ways that Google can measure that. And when many of you are selling products, and your products are being sold on many different websites, and it's not unusual that the product description is the same on all these websites. This is known as duplicate content, and search engines can recognize duplicate content in the microseconds of its publishing search results. And so how does the search engine figure out who gets the search position? Well, some of the factors are who published that who published that data first, at least who saw those descriptions, which website did the search engines first find that content, which website is the largest and most trafficked and best linked. Those will get the top search positions, but you may not be able to win on all those different counts. And so what you can do is to enhance your product content that everybody else has the same thing. And in the process you could do stronger search engine optimization of that product description. So often there's shortcuts in the use of keywords in product descriptions. By fully describing that product, you're going to have stronger search engine optimization and often make your product description content unique, which will give you much better search visibility and, of course, then a lot more traffic. If you're working with an SEO agency, you really want to know that they're the real deal. And so first off, they should tell you what they are doing. If they're not transparent, walk away. They should talk to you about how content and reaching out for links based on strong content is how they do their search engine optimization, how they use their keywords. If they start talking about them having some proprietary software or some magic sauce, that's not something that an agency you should be trusting. Verify their claims. Don't just believe what they have to say. If they're working with they say they're working with a client, ask for a contact, give them a call. What's real important is to keep an eye on their link building. Link building is very effective at increasing organic search positions, but there's a lot of link building that will work short term and get you in trouble in the long term with Google. And so find out where your agency is building links and check them. Go to those links, see that you in fact have that link, and then go see what the website is about. Is it a quality website that's relevant to your industry, or is it something where there's all sorts of topics covered, Viagra and gambling and who knows what else. Those are typically low quality. Link building is very difficult because proactive link building doesn't work real well with Google, because most of these sites that will take your links are of these low quality, and they'll take any kinds of links, and Google does not like them. Also, you should be checking your traffic reports. You should be able to independently verify those traffic reports. Your provider should give you access to your traffic reports and to go and check them regularly, that what you're seeing as reports is in fact what you are receiving in terms of traffic. Content marketing is a form of search engine optimization. And this is where you focus on doing high quality content that engages your target audience and attracts them to your website and its content, and it's so good that people want to share it and link to it. This is effective link building. It's using strong content and then promoting it out there, primarily through social media. And you do this well, and you could be seen as the industry expert, the thought leader that people look towards when they are interested in this product category that you are established in. When you sell online, you don't want to sell, actually. You really want to be providing information. You want to appeal to the emotions and lifestyles of your target audience. And if you're just promoting yourself to buy, you're going to turn off a big part of your audience and not get the results. Truly talk to your audience. What does your audience want to hear, not what you want to tell them? Now, with organic search optimization, no matter how good it is, no matter how many resources are put towards it, you are not going to get #1 search positions for every phrase you want. And so you want to be looking at online advertising to supplement your website traffic, and this can be done very effectively because there's such strong ways of targeting your audience and pushing ads out there and being able to measure the results. You have so many different options with online advertising that you could do it, really inexpensively, under $10 in some cases. You could just spend as much as any of the largest advertisers do, of tens and hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Internet advertising is very effective, and so we're seeing this very strong growth in spending, where right now internet advertising has more revenue than newspaper advertising, and it's just the disparity is getting wider. Basically, the success of the internet is hurting all sorts of forms of traditional advertising. About the only traditional advertising, or pre-internet advertising, whatever you want to say, the only advertising area that's really thriving besides the internet is television. And it's coming to the point where television and the internet are going to become totally integrated. I mean, right now in my living room, my widescreen TV, I'm able to watch YouTube, and I'm getting ads fed to me, and I can even click to websites and links on those ads. And this is going to become more so, and it's going to become as ubiquitous as the internet. There's a lot of different advertising options, and we really don't have time to go through all of them, so I'm going to just hit on some big ones here. One is pay-per-click advertising, also called search engine marketing. Google calls it text search. But this is something where someone searches a particular keyword or phrase that you chose, that when they search it, your ad appears, and if someone clicks on your ad, you pay some some click charge based on what you're willing to pay for and these complex algorithms. But this is very powerful because this is like search engine optimization where you're appearing when the searcher is looking for what you have to offer. At least that's what you should be doing. Now, here I highlighted these pay-per-click ads and over the top in the right column of organic search positions that you see in the left center there. And most of those ads are very much about toasters, as you see us searching. But you see one ad there from Fastco Appliances, the second ad. They're a local retailer here in Wisconsin. And look there, and they sell refrigerators and freezers, dishwashers, but they sell no toasters. And so when people are searching for toasters, they want toasters. And so, yeah, if you have a toaster, you want a toaster, you probably have a kitchen, so you'll need a refrigerator. You know, don't follow that logic road. You want to keep your pay-per-click advertising to be very focused on your most relevant phrases. Money goes very, very fast with online advertising, and no one has an endless budget. And so make sure that your keywords and your ads are very targeted to what you have to offer. The tools that you have with online advertising is superb. You can see where you're getting your return on investment and what keywords, what ads, what sort of landing pages are generating sales for you. And so with all this data, you're able to continually improve the results from your online advertising. And you should have a very active management and optimization of your search engine marketing programs. Now, there's another pay-per-click, though it's product listing ads. Those you see in the upper right-hand corner with all those pictures of toasters, as well as the models, the retailers, the price, and in some cases the ratings of the reviews for those particular toasters and retailers. This is proven to be an excellent sales generator and could have a very attractive cost per click. But again, you have to be very well targeted and know where you're going to win. As you see, the prices are there. And so though we have a whole variety of toasters there, this is a very broad search, but as people get close to buying, they're going to be very specific about the make and model of what they want, and you're going to get the same product pictures across the board with prices. So you need to be price competitive. You don't need to be the lowest price because there's other factors in the lowest price that people will consider. What is your return policy? What is your reputation as a retailer? How much trust and comfort do they have in buying with you? You need to take all these factors into consideration when you use this advertising channel. Now, what's really growing rapidly is social advertising. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. There's many different ways to advertise on each of these social channels, social sites. You should understand where it's real effective and where less so. It's real good at finding customers or potential buyers who may not know about you. You know the demographics of your buyers, and these social sites have deep demographics on their users. And so you could be highly targeted in putting your ad out to the characteristics of your buyers, and you could bring them in to find out and learn who you are, get them to like your page or to follow your tweet. And another thing that's very common, say, with Facebook advertising, because Facebook has been limiting the reach of business posts, where not even all your likes are seeing your post. Facebook wants you to promote it, and so that's where you see here with the Rig Night. I get a lot of ads on online marketing because Facebook knows what I'm about, and so here is someone who has promoted this post, and they can typically be quite economical, and so they think that maybe I'm going to want to consider looking at them. And social media marketing is exploding, And the reason it is that this is the way Americans are socializing today. And you can lament the loss of community gatherings and sitting on the front porch on a summer night and meeting with all the neighbors. But this is the fact of America today. We're a very mobile population, and one of the beauties of social media is that you end up connecting with people you haven't connected with in years because they moved away. And so now it's very easy for you to communicate, and so consumers love it. And so social media is being used as a marketing channel, and so it's very effective in a variety of areas. It's great to increase your brand awareness. You can have this interactive dialogue with your customers. You can find out what they really think about your brand, more so than if you were doing focus groups in some sterile room. You can really creating that interaction, create better customer loyalty, and of course your current customers are your best for future customers. And you could also find out when something's going wrong and demonstrate the excellent customer service you have. Because we're all humans, we make mistakes, products don't work, come damaged, or maybe it's not what we thought it was when we bought it. And they'll tell you on Facebook rather than contacting you on your website or phoning you or whatever. And so you have to keep track of these comments and be ready to respond. And in this public arena, this is a great way for you to show off your customer service. Now, social media has some limitations that a lot of social media gurus maybe don't tell you like they should, but one is social media is not real good at generating direct sales. It does impact sales. It certainly can help your sales. I mean, when you're building customer loyalty and expanding your audience, you're going to have more sales. But Facebook does not lead you to your website, to your e-commerce store, and generate sales. It's very poor about that. It's also very poor about generating traffic to your website. You have to really work to get much of it, all traffic from your social media efforts. So understand those limitations, but certainly don't stop using social media. You will generate sales, but it's not going to be as easy to measure as, say, with those pay-per-click ads over on Google AdWords. Now, email marketing is another story, but it depends on how you handle your email marketing. You just don't want to be buying some list from unknown sources and spamming 100 million people. It's best to build your own database because there's people who are interested in what you have to offer. So when they purchase from you, ask them if you can send them promotions. Have people sign up to your newsletter, and then send out a variety of messages, not only just promotions, but again, that content that helps with your lifestyle. Tell them what some new blog content that you have. Share that with them. Push this strong content that you're developing to improve your search engine optimization. But follow these direct marketing methods that have been long proven of testing your message, your mailing list, refine them, and continue to optimize the results. Email marketing is powerful. You can personalize your message, and this is where digital marketing is going. That can do better than any traditional marketing ever could. Email marketing can be done very economically and still get your message out there. And because these as long as you're doing it this way, where you're working with, you're sending emails to an audience interested in you, you're going to find out that you could get some nice sales through this channel. Now, through all this, I keep talking about measure, measure, measure. And so there's web analytics that can tell you all kinds of things. Now, these screens here are Google Analytics. It's a free analytics system out of Google. It's very easy to install, and out of the box, shall we say, if it wasn't a box, you could find out all kinds of things very easily. You don't have to be trained at all, really. How many people are coming to your website? Were they coming from Google, Facebook, wherever. You could find it out very easily, and with a little programming, you could find out how many of them bought and where did those buyers come from, because that's going to tell you a lot about how to make your program more effective. Where are you getting success? And so what you need to do is to track goals. And this takes a little programming. It's not that hard, but you do need to set these up, and you can measure all kinds of things. Certainly sales, who contacted you. Here there's some things of abandonment, and who's doing that, and be able to track all that as to where they came from. And so you have this beautiful dashboard that gives you in very definite terms how successful and where your program is successful. And there's e-commerce tracking. You can find out how much sales came from each of your online channels. And so if you can see under source medium there's three Google sources. One is Google Organic. Those are those organic search positions in the left center of those search results I showed you. Google CPC, cost per click, same as pay-per-click, and Google Referral. Google has pages set up on your company probably, and people find them and click to. There's a lot of different content sections on Google where you're going to have a link and you don't even know it, and they're going to send it to you. Now, Web Analytics has so much deeper information than these three screens show, and it's something that you do want some experts who understand how to work the analytics system that you have installed, because the knowledge that you can gather from that can be so powerful in helping you improve your marketing results. And that's what you have to keep doing. You have to look at all these different channels and strategies that you could be using to drive sales for you. And you do have to test some things. There's this, constant change, and fads come. It's like, is this going to work for me? Is this, or is this something that is a waste of time? And you need to make those decisions and try it. And if it doesn't work, abandon it. Be flexible. You're going to have to keep changing what you're doing because the internet keeps changing so much. But choose the set of online marketing channels that really work best for your brand, your company, your sales channel, your target audience. And you want all these pieces to work together. You want an integrated marketing. You want your online marketing to reflect what you're doing offline. You want that same design look. You want that same message. And you want to keep putting up links out there so people can find your website, they could find your Facebook page, they could find your Twitter and Pinterest pages. You got to keep thinking of all these different ways to keep sending people to all these different websites, presences that you have online, and all this comes together and builds to a greater whole than what the individual pieces add up. You do need to keep working on this, looking at what you're pushing out there, how you're pushing it out there onto the web, what are the results, how do we improve this, try it again. You keep doing this, you're going to expand your reach into more of your buying universe. You can outperform your competition, especially if you're in a niche in which no one is really doing digital marketing well. And if you're optimizing your program, you should be improving your return on investment. All of this will make you a market leader, and in the end you're going to be building long-term success, because digital marketing is certainly growing because it is an incredibly effective interactive medium. So thank you. Are there any questions?
Okay.
Hello, Ginny.
Few questions here.
Okay.
I heard that you do not need a website if you have a strong Facebook page. Is that true?
Well, there are people who do that and have some success, but if you look at how Facebook can limit how you can market and send out your messages, you can be pretty limited on Facebook, whereas your website, you control it. The
next question is, how effective is being ads compared with Google AdWords?
It depends. You should test Bing ads. It's different with each client. With some clients, all the results are in Google AdWords. And others do quite well with Bing ads. Bing ads can cost a lot less per click than Google AdWords. There's a lot less competition. And it depends on your audience and how they behave. And so you really have to test that and see the unique results that your market is responding to.
The next question is, which social media sites do you recommend?
Well, again, this depends on your individual situation. You should know who the demographics of your target audience, and you can find out the demographics of each of these social sites. Facebook is largely across the board, but it tends to be a little. It doesn't get the real young demographic anymore. They've been shunning Facebook. It's a little more female than male, but males are certainly there. Pinterest is very strong with women. You should find out what these each of these social sites who appeals to it and match it up with your demographics. You can also look at these sites. What's going on here? Who's there? Explore them and start following different links and get a feel for what's going on with these each social community and see if that's appropriate for you.
Okay, and the next question is, hang on here, sorry. What percentage of your ad budget should be spent on social media?
Again, this is something that you've got to test on your own. Usually at this point in time, most of our ad budget does not go to social media. Very, very small percentages of our clients' ad budgets go to social media. We use it primarily to extend the reach of our messages. We're not really using it to generate direct sales because we're not seeing results there. I mean, with these measurement tools, you've got to see the response and judge the value of your spend versus what you're receiving for that spend.
What is the best free way to understand and obtain demographic information of your site visitors and social sites?
That's a little harder. If you install Universal Analytics with Google Analytics, there's a lot more demographic information available. It does require some programming to be able to pull all that out, and it would certainly help if you're have a higher traffic numbers. There are demographics out there in places like Alexa and Compete, but that's really only for the largest sites, and those really are estimates and not as accurate as you would like. And then there's subscription services like ComScore that have excellent detailed demographics, but that comes at a substantial price tag.
And the next question, how would you target buyers at companies through digital channels, through the website, and through social media?
Well, I do recommend a multifaceted, integrated marketing program, both traditional and digital. And so who are those buyers within companies? And how are they using the internet? LinkedIn is thought to be a very good channel for B2B, but the advertising doesn't work as well for business to business. Works better for recruiting, but you can network and contact those buyers that you want to reach, and then set up a strong company page in which you're putting out a lot of informative content that would appeal to those buyers. Facebook works for some cases, but it really depends on that audience. And again, you're not wanting to sell to them. You really want to appeal to what interests them. And if you're talking to them in a business way, it's what's going to make their working life a little easier. It's not necessarily why they should be distributing your products.
Would you be able to share call to action examples aside from contact us now and buy now?
Well, sign up for our e-newsletter, sign up for our email, register for a white paper. There's quite a number of ways of different calls to action. It's what actions do you want your visitors to take, and what do you want to get out of that? Say with a white paper, by registering, you're able to capture that contact information and then market to them. But on the other hand, you may just want that information out there so as many people as possible can read that.
We have a couple more questions. Should manufacturers show retail prices on their website even if they do not sell directly to customers?
That could go either way. If you have certainly, consumers do like to be well educated, and to know what the manufacturer's suggested retail prices can tell the consumer quite a bit about how that matches up with their budget, and then when they shop, they could see how much they could save with their local retailers, and when they save, they feel good, and so they'll be more likely to buy. I personally, as a consumer, like to see the suggested retail price. It gives me a good feeling, and I know at the retailers that I use that I'm going to be able to get it for less than that.
Before we get to the last couple questions now, this webinar is being recorded and will be available on our website at www.housewares.org in the Knowledge Center. The next question is, do you recommend Instagram, and can links be included?
Instagram is good for the right situation, and certainly if you are visual, if you have a very visual marketing campaign, that could be very effective on Instagram. You don't want to be pushing your product pictures on Instagram. It's more that lifestyle and connecting with the consumers, and you can have links certainly on your profile.
And then finally, the last question, how does a manufacturer sell online without competing with their retail customer?
Yeah, that's always a quandary, and certainly in the past few decades you have a lot of cross-channel conflict between manufacturers and retailers, and so you do have that. On the one hand, you don't want to undercut the price of your retailers. And also, I know of situations where manufacturers set up separate retail channels for just their products. But in general, you've got to keep in contact with your retailers and have a real feel of how far you might be upsetting them with your own e-commerce efforts. And price points is usually where you have that sore point, and so if you don't undersell them, in general, you're usually okay.
Okay, that's all the questions we have. Thank you very much.
Well, and thank you, everyone. I hope that you're able to get something useful out of this in your own marketing efforts.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Perry.